Yabba Dabba Do is right because it's Good Friday. Opinions expressed are those of our show hosts, not WSTU or Treasure Coast broadcasters. Any reproduction or reuse of this program without the expressed written consent of WSTU is strictly prohibited. And now, I have to turn this off. There we go. Okay. And now,
ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
all right.
Would you have to turn that off, Frank?
Yeah, well, I still
Good
had
job.
the Flintstones running in the background.
Yabba dabba doo.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Jon Campion, your
And
host.
the crowd goes wild.
And the crowd goes crazy. Yes.
Boo, boo,
Yeah.
boo.
There's the other part of the crowd. Deb Harsh.
Yes.
The Ryle cheering section.
Nice.
Anyways, you can't really. I guess you can't really say it's a fun day because it wasn't fun for an individual, which will be blessed to have on our show calling in later.
Mhm.
Father Christian Anderson,
Right.
from St. Mary's Episcopal Church,
Right.
who is going to give us a little ring in.
And he's no stranger to our airwaves.
That is correct. Why don't you
Yes.
go ahead and expostulate on this?
Yes. So Father Anderson and Rabbi Durbin had a show here in studio called A Priest and a Rabbi, and it was a great show. And they actually ran the show even through COVID, which was admittedly was difficult to do, because radio shows are best when you're in person,
Yep.
So, but they got to be pretty good at it, even doing it, with the social distancing, extreme social distancing.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but they made it work. So yeah, so it was a great series, and we were blessed to have them on our airwaves.
Yes. Yes. It was really cool that all came together and
yeah.
was on. It was very popular too.
Mhm.
So.
And isn't your neighbor
Rabbi
Fred-
Durbin,
Rabbi Matt. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want too many
You
people
have
flocking to the hood.
you have a
you are a blessed street.
I am blessed.
right.
When he's walking his dog or chasing his kids or just walking by, having a talk on the phone with somebody important. And of course, Christian is, Dee Dee and I were trying to figure out, my wife Dee Dee and I were trying to figure out how long Christian's been at St. Mary's, because that is the church that we go to.
Around 5 years, I think. Or
I think that's
about
right.
between.
That could be him.
Will
It could
be or Palm City Charlie.
Sounds like
I just wanted to say that I was thinking of the priest and the rabbi just the other day. This is like the quinky dink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quinkadink.
it
indeed.
is a quinkadink.
Because it was a great show. I listened to it very regularly.
Religiously?
Yes,
Boring.
you listen to it. Well,
Faithful
done.
and faithfully.
Yes.
Faithfully and religiously,
Yeah,
Charlie?
faithfully bought. I'm not allowed in the house.
He's out-
Have you gone to St. Mary's to see how beautiful it is?
I've been there. Yes, I have.
And-
I
and
actually,
did
when
your
I-
shoes
when I
smoke
sold
when
my
you
house
walked in?
Stewart, I brought all my stuff to them.
Nice.
That's
I
good.
mean, china, silver, you name it.
Oh, they blessed it all so you could have Easter
No,
dinner?
no, sweetheart, I had a 2,400 square foot house, and now my house is like 1,309.
Ah.
That's all you
can't fit
need.
that much stuff in a small house.
You can always take your dog down there to get the blessing of the animals.
Wow, do they do that?
Yeah.
And my
Yes.
dogs
Oh, wow.
bless all the time. They're blessing here, blessing there, and I'm picking it up.
Nice.
Now they bless over there.
Have you ever
We're good.
gone on Palm Sunday? Frank and I have, when Father Christian did the Stations of the Cross in East Stewart.
Oh.
And what
Oh,
an
man.
amazing
Mhm.
experience.
Mhm.
Pittsburgh, Deb, I'm just hanging out here. I don't like crowds.
No.
No
No.
groups. is
It
good.
wasn't a big crowd.
Yeah, we don't have
And it
huge
was all
crowds.
outdoors. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Trinity, the Trinity Methodist Church.
They're
Jensen
on Jensen Beach. They're on
Oh, yeah.
Jensen Beach,
You know
Turtle
what I
Sea
did
Beach
to
on
them?
Sunday
Because
morning.
That was my territory.
Hmm.
So they're the only place that visited my mom in a nursing home in Palm City, because that's where my parents used to go. So when mom passed, I cut him a check, but then I also talked advertising, and I went out and sold the back cover of their Sunday pamphlet. So everything was paid for.
Nice.
In other words, they're getting money coming in.
Sure.
To pay for the paper and the ink and all of that stuff.
Sure. Wonderful.
And you know me, Frank. I'm a salesman by heart.
Yes. It's in your
Can't help
blood.
it.
It's in your blood.
It's like
It
40,
is,
43, 45 years they've been doing it on the beach. I've been going since the early 80s, like 81 or 82.
Sunrise
Try not
service.
to do it on
Sunrise
the beach, 'cause
service.
People are around. You don't want to do it on the beach.
No doo-doo on the
Okay.
beach. No.
Oh, you're talking worship.
Worship on the beach.
Yeah, you
yes.
can call
I
it
was
next
talking
week
about
for the
laying
other.
down with the significant queen.
Okay.
She would get out of the house. That's what she said. You can't stay in the house. She doesn't want to talk to me, Frank.
Oh, don't you hate when that happens?
So the dog hops
I
up on her
know,
lap,
I
and
know.
he's more than
I'm too
welcome.
boring for her. All right. Anyway,
All
love
right.
you guys. I'll get off the air. And who's going to call the priest?
Yes. Yeah. We're waiting on Father Anderson's call right now.
All right. I got to get off the phone then.
Happy Easter.
All right.
Thanks for the call and happy
Easter
Easter.
to you, everybody.
Take care.
Take
All right,
care.
guys.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. And now back to our regular scheduled program.
How did
There
I
we-
know? How did I know that
There
ring?
we are.
You can tell by the ring.
That's right. That's right. We don't. We do they call you Rio? They just call you Pittsburgh Deb.
Well, that's what I'm on
That's your moniker,
the
yeah.
football pool. That's my name. And then since I've been here, I'm from Pittsburgh, so it's Pittsburgh Deb.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll work.
And most people that listen on the radio know who Pittsburgh
And do
Deb is.
they know where you are? So they know where you are in the football pool.
Yes. If they look it up, I'm usually in the top 20.
How many people play?
This year, I think there were 64.
That's a lot.
hmm
Good. Yeah. All these football pools are different.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
WSTU has a pretty fun pool. I
It
think.
does.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you anything.
Mhm.
And then every week that you log into it,
Yeah.
or you sign up, and then they send you a link every week to bet on the teams, and they give you a perspective of who they think is going to win, and what's
Yeah,
going to, and then you do your own thing and you put it in.
So
This is Father Christian.
he's probably telling you that you shouldn't gamble.
It's free. I don't gamble.
Free gamble.
All right. We
Yeah.
got a caller on our newsmaker line. Go ahead, caller.
Oh, sounds like he's getting some extra credit.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
Hey there. How
Is-
you
is
Is
doing?
this Frank the Tank?
It's Frank the Tank and John the Wan and
Hey.
Deb the Web.
We've got you're our only call-in that has your own. You have your own intro.
It's great. I love it.
We do too. How are you, Father?
Good. How are you guys? Are we on the air? Or are we
We-
just waiting?
Yeah, we're
We-
on the air.
Absolutely.
You're
Yeah.
live.
So keep it clean,
oh boy.
okay?
Oh boy.
You're live and in color. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
How you guys doing on this Good Friday? Is it a
Good.
Good Friday for you?
It's good. Now, John came in with a question today, and I know you can give everybody the answer. He said, "What is Good Friday all about?"
Oh my gosh.
Where do you start,
Wait,
right?
I thought you need to get yourself to church more, buddy.
We'll see you on, you'll be there Saturday evening.
Yeah, but you can't get to Saturday evening without Good Friday.
Well, that's true. That's why we have you, brother.
All right.
No.
So walk us
you
through
need
it.
to get your butt to a church that's still holding a Good Friday Mass, and you can meditate and venerate the cross. Because without Good Friday, there's no Easter.
Okay.
It's like,
Righto.
that's like that with life.
Mhm.
You can't get to Easter, a resurrection moment, without going to the cross.
There it is.
So you can't deal with the chaos, the loss, the grief of this world. You have to go through it to get to the resurrection. And I think that's the big lesson for today, is that we realize that God doesn't make this life perfect. This is chaos that we're in. You're going to experience loss, grief, but in that pain and in that sorrow, you will, through the cross, find incredible redemption. And not meant that it was meant to happen, but that it does happen because just life is chaotic. And it's through when you go through it, not try to dodge it, not try to drink it away, not try to take meds just to get through it. But you go through and say, God, resurrect and renovate my heart. That's when you find the resurrection life. But it ain't easy. And this life ain't easy.
Okay.
So get to mass, buddy.
I'm sitting here feeling pretty guilty.
Well, no, that's not the point of the cross. You take the guilt to the cross and say, I surrender to you and now renovate my heart.
Well, I knew you'd qualify it the right way.
I mean, we even had an online service. Oh, wait, John. Oh, wow. Yeah, in this modern age, all you got to do, go on our YouTube page or on our Facebook page and then rewatch it.
Nice.
Okay.
He can do that.
I can do that.
Or just read the Passion. Read the Passion.
Oh, yeah.
And please don't ask me what the Passion is, John.
I'm not going to ask you that.
No.
I listened to your sermon the other day from Palm Sunday.
When he didn't fall asleep.
No, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I put John to sleep.
No, not me. I love your sermons.
You see, now he's doing that because he didn't make mass today.
Now his nose just grew 2 inches.
Yeah. He loved it so much he listened to it on YouTube.
Let's beat me up good, okay?
Poor John.
No, I deserve it. Being, I've been, I've been Catholic and Episcopalian. I am what I am, so we are what we are, and you'll become what it is. So, just
here's the most important thing: John's a good husband and a good father, and these are very important things that God calls us to be. So, our first ministry is a family, just be a good spouse to one another. If that God has called you into marriage. And that's first. God wants you to do that first. So if you're blowing off your family for church, if I do that as a priest, as an Episcopal priest, I'm not following God's calling. So you're John. You've been taking care of the most important things. I'm just saying, putting the worship community loves you, John. The 5 p.m. service is not the same without you.
I get it.
You're this huge presence that people walk in and see your smiling face. You just emanate joy, and you're very affable.
And then they say, "Where's my program?"
And then you say, "Where's my tip?"
Yeah, right. And then I say,
"Where's?" Stands at the front door and tells people, he goes,
he's a greeter.
When people come in to be greeted, he says, "Republicans to the right, Democrats to the left." I mean, that's right. He just gets right down to business.
Independents, come on
down the middle.
Yeah, right down the middle.
Yeah.
Those are all the people sitting in the aisle.
Nice. I like it.
That's what he said.
Well organized.
The cross, that's right in the middle. See, Jesus is not, he's not partisan.
That's right.
I want to say this, and I'm not sucking up, Christian. You are a fabulous, fabulous addition to the community and to St. Mary's and all the parishioners and everybody that you come in contact with. And I know you're spread out there in the community and you love it. And you have really acclimated and grown yourself into the area, which is great. And it's fun when I get to talk about you. I do talk about you a lot, and people say, "Oh, I know him." I'll go, "Not like I do."
Well, it's the beauty of a small town. And if I was, because I came from Los Angeles. But first, thank you for the very kind words. And it's also when you do ministry in a smaller town, you get a lot done because it's not hard to meet all the other community leaders and say, how can we partner? What can we do together? And so that's the beauty of Stewart and beyond Martin County, St. County. It's just, I can call a priest, a pastor, an imam, a rabbi, and they'll pick up the phone. It's like, oh no, another person out here in our community. But if I was, back in LA, they'd be like, well, who's this schmuck?
So, what time you to come
I
down?
could say Yiddish. I could use Yiddish words on here, right?
Yes.
Yes. They won't. No one will know what you're saying.
I love it because
Okay.
John's always saying things to me like, "Can I say that, Frank?" And I says, "Well, you just did, John."
I don't want the FCC or the religious community coming down
We're
on
good.
me.
We're good. So far, so good.
So what's up?
So Frank the Tank is more the straight lace, and
Yes.
John is just all over the place.
I'm the straight man. Yes.
Okay, now where does the most beautiful one? Where does she fit in? Are
Deb?
you like
I'm like the
Holy Spirit
neutralizer. Yeah.
She's amazing. The thing that's good about being in studio with these guys is there's plenty to eat.
Yeah. Well, Debbie just classes up the joint. That's her most important role.
Man, you sound like a little kid.
Yeah,
No.
so I let my wife covered last night for not for Palm Sunday, but for Monday, Thursday, another service that John wasn't at. And then I do Good Friday this morning. And then we have another thing at 7 p.m. tonight. So I said, listen, honey, I'm going to take the kids right now. She wanted to get a mani-pedi. And then, because like during the Holy Week, I'm a little, absent, which.
Well, you must be pulled in 1,000 directions. I mean, today had to be a fairly busy day for you.
Good Friday, surprisingly, it's not
as busy as you think it would be.
Yeah, because hopefully you don't overwork. And when I hear about people who are just slammed during Holy Week, I just wonder that they probably don't have enough. They haven't raised up enough volunteer support. That means they're like the Father Knows Best model, and they're just doing way too much work. And as you guys know, the Jesus model is just to give it all away. So you got to just give away your leadership. And if you don't work yourself out of a job, you're not doing ministry right. So fortunately, St. Mary's is very receptive to that, and people just step in and want to be a part of it. And it's great. It's really an awesome, healthy place. I will say. I'm not just saying it's like to try to promote the church, but it is a very healthy place that people want to just jump in and be a part of it.
So if we don't see the cross today and go and do our thing, we can't come to church on Sunday.
You're going to go home and watch it on YouTube.
I am. I'm going to call Dee Dee on the way home.
There you go. I have a question.
She may have it on and say, I listened to that while you were on the radio.
I have a question. Frank and I, several years ago, you did the Stations of the Cross in East Stewart. And you had all the churches, and you had someone from each church give like a eulogy or a prayer when we got to their church. And that was the most moving thing. And everyone sang going through East Stewart back to St. Mary's. We started at St. Monica's. Is that ever going to happen again?
We do it every year. We do it twice a year. We just did our 8th one. It was a neighborhood Stations of the Cross. It happened. So here are the dates. We do it every Palm Sunday.
Right. That's when we went.
We do it. Yeah. And then the other one is an Advent prayer walk.
Okay.
And so we do that one anytime during Advent. That makes sense for other churches. But yeah, this year was really special. We focused just on all the new creation that's happening in the area, particularly in East Stewart. So you got the new reconstruction at Stewart Middle. You have the Boys and Girls Club going up. You got this train station that, in a couple of years.
I can hear the horns right now.
Yeah.
The Family Promise has more property and other new leases that they're doing to help people get off the streets and into homes. So there's a lot of beautiful things to just, we like to think that 8 years of just praying over the space and asking God to come in and redeem it all.
And how can someone get to know this? What's a website? Where do you go? Because I've been asking Frank a couple of times. I said, are they going to ever do this again?
They didn't ask me. I just want you to know. I'm not trying to throw them under the bus, but I just did.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, see, John's a St. Marian, which means if you would go, you would hear the announcements every Sunday and then pick up the news and events, and it's in there.
Right.
And then go on our website and see it there, and then on our Facebook. On there and Instagram, but I'm not here to throw them under the bus.
Well, I haven't completely abandoned you. We're talking about anyways. I'm not going to get caught in that trap. You can't catch me in that trap, Father Christian.
Oh my goodness. So
I do think what we've done, and it sounds like we could do a little bit better. Is
the messaging? Yeah,
we do paid advertisements on Facebook, so it gets out to the community.
All right.
But a lot of times it's just word of mouth that we say there's 8 churches involved. Tell your people.
Yeah.
And that is help. But to your point, to really make it a 8 years deep, to make it a community call. We could probably be more effective. They're usually during the busiest times of year for the pastors who take part. We're just happy to get our own congregations there.
And I think you've had full page ads in the Stewart News. St. Mary's House.
For the walk or for the other
for Easter. For Easter.
Yeah, those are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Holy cow! But it's
you shouldn't be looking at that.
People out here still read the paper, so it's wonderful.
There are people that still get the paper.
Yeah,
and there's the ones that tell me and come in and say, "Look at this ad."
You can tell she's from. Hey, Christian, you can tell she's from Pittsburgh and not Cleveland, right?
Well, there's not much I can say. I can no longer speak ill of Pittsburgh because the record just shows that they are a much healthier organization.
Well, they're the only team in the NFL that's going to have 3 quarterbacks that were paid gazillions of dollars the year before.
It's because you're a healthy organization. So that's what happens when you're healthy. You get quarterbacks for $1 that normally would cost $25 million.
That's right.
And then another one for $3 and a bag of chips that it's just unreal. I was sick when that happened. I was like, of course they have both.
Yeah. So now who's the quarterback in Cleveland for next year? It's
a guy who is loved getting massages and maybe something more over and over again. I'm on the radio. Sorry about that.
He thought you were talking about you.
No, that was not. No, we're not. No, that's I'm going to tell Sheriff Snyder. He'll go and No, but yeah, the Deshaun Watson thing was unfortunate because in Cleveland they were really building a new culture, a healthy culture. And listen, I know the guy was never proven guilty, but the evidence was kind of rough. And when you're trying to build a culture, why go into the smoke? But it's Cleveland, so we don't get superstars who just fall out of the sky like Pittsburgh does. We have to take some risks and spend guaranteed money, $235 million of it, with a person with a questionable history.
Yeah, well, my team has, our star went to the Ravens, the dreaded Ravens, who were always the Titans, ultra evil, terrible.
Okay,
yeah, Derrick Henry went there. He's going to run.
But you got to feel okay about that. I mean, running backs. Well, how old is he? Is he 30?
He might be an old guy. He might be 30.
Oh, jeez. That's
tough to wrap your head around. On your side.
He's still
on your side. You draft another guy, and I think you might be okay.
They got some other guy. Anyway, so much for the NFL. Okay, back to Good Friday.
Yes.
Back to Jesus.
Yes. So I was reading online, according to the Associated Press, 9 hours ago, despite ongoing tensions in the Middle East, Christians marked Good Friday in Jerusalem. Worshippers marched slowly along Via Dolorosa and the cobblestone path that cuts through the limestone-walled old city where tradition says Jesus bore the cross to his crucifixion. So,
yeah.
So that's a little news.
I think that would be very moving.
Yes.
That would be very emotional.
It's a beautiful video that goes with that if you go to YouTube. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, I mean the saving grace is that most, it's like, Jerusalem is the holy place that most don't touch. The extremists don't even touch. And people still can take, no one wants to, but take a trip to the Holy Land for pilgrimage, because it's like all three religions are standing in a pool of gas and everyone's got a match. No one wants to harm it, because that's now the other places forget it. But to be able to do that now, knowing how close chaos is, and the horrors of humanity, it must be very powerful, very moving. It becomes very real, very real doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
don't you think like maybe God has a little bubble over that?
Well, that was certainly intimated in some Left Behind series, the new historical book series. There was a safety bubble that went around it. But I think it's just such a sacred space, so important to everyone.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I guess my big question is, so what is Rabbi Matt doing with his congregation? What's going on over there while we're doing this?
Well, they're getting ready for Passover.
Passover is coming.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, they. I know Ramadan is closer, so I know the imam better. But 1 second.
Okay.
But they just finished. They just finished Purim, and so So their major feast is over. So I think they're okay right now.
Yeah.
As in, like, they're not into a major feast.
Okay.
Sorry, I got crying children and stuff. But they just did that. They just did Purim, which is a fun, exciting time. Oh, he's crying.
Aww.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's how he
they
talks.
want to run in the middle of the street. They can't do it. Come on, guys. Come on. Aren't you guys so glad that I called in here?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
great.
we are.
No, it's,
Good.
it reminds me
It-
of,
it-
No,
It's
no, so
reality.
speaking of
This is a reality show. So, here we go.
it's a family show.
So what's coming up though is that the Imam Sheikh Shafayat, Rabbi Durbin, and myself will be holding another Breaking Bread, which is a series we do. We do it at St. Mary's. That starts April 17th, 24th, and May 1st. 12 to 1:30, the Lunch and Learn, and we're going to take on myth busting. So we're going to take on such big things such as do the Abrahamic faiths lead to violence? Do we support that in our scripture? Are the Abrahamic faiths, that being Islam, Judaism, Christianity, do they support misogyny? These are all arguments that have been made at some point. So we're going to take it on and then go from there. So that's, if I could do a plug, this is April
please.
17th to 24th, and then May 1st, 12 to 1:30.
At
Okay.
St. Mary's.
Yeah, St. Mary's. And we'll have the Imam there and the Rabbi and myself and the wonderful Darcy Ware moderating the whole thing.
Oh, well, Darcy is.
And my son crying in the background the whole time.
That'll be
Well,
perfect.
you have to have that.
Well, he'll be bouncing on John's knees.
Yeah, if John shows up. If not, then he'll just be crying.
That's right. That's right. Hey,
He won't
first
be
I
laying
got
down the church. He'll just be laying down my son.
First, I have to show up and entertain everybody at the front door.
Yes.
Then I have to tell everybody where to sit. Then I have to excuse them for communion.
Well, then he first has to just go on YouTube and watch the Good Friday service.
Yeah.
That's true. I guess that's the
First
first
things
thing I
first.
got to do. That's right. I got it. I better start texting. I
All
got to
right.
text Dee Dee now.
Outstanding.
Wow.
All right. Well, thank you. And thanks for the Good Friday message. And thanks for taking time.
Sorry, guys.
It's all right.
It's good. It's all good. Happy Easter.
Yes.
God bless you all. Thank you for putting up with me
See you in
and
the hood.
having me on your show and my children.
All right.
All right,
Take
thank
care.
you.
Thank you, Father.
Peace be with you.
All
Bye-bye.
right. All right.
Bye-bye.
And we'll be right back. So stick with us. We have much more to cover.
A priest, a rabbi, a priest, a rabbi, a priest, a rabbi.
The opinions you hear from on this show
All right. Just when you thought it was safe, they're back. We're
are
back.
Are we doing a disclaimer again? That's like the
No.
disclaimer music.
No.
You could have played Big John.
Oh, we could do that.
I mean, that would be the disclaimer music at the beginning is
I'm
fine.
not as big as I was.
Okay. All right.
He's 4 foot high and 10 foot tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Jimmy Dean.
Yeah.
These guys can still have commercials and
Right.
make money after they've gone.
Right.
Of course,
Well, look at
Jimmy Dean's making all kinds of new products and
Yes.
marketing them.
him and BB King.
Right. It'll take a while for it to load up, but I'll get it. Here we go.
See, that's what happens when you're big.
There
Or
it is.
slow on the computer.
Well, my computer's slow. I actually looked. I went to the PX yesterday over in Tampa, looking at.
I like the picture.
Laptops to
Yeah.
see what you could.
Yeah.
He sent me a
upgrade
picture
to.
from the where they cut the hair.
My name is Amy.
Really?
I feel
Yeah, from the PX.
From the PX where
Showed all the hair on the floor with.
no, it was how much the haircuts were. and a military cut was $17.10, and a style cut was $18.20.
You can beat that.
Every morning,
Or maybe not. Oops, sorry, I just blew your pricing guy.
I was just going to say that's about my prices. So I mean, no, it's not. No, I mean, military is really discounted. I should be maybe upping my prices a little bit.
I think so. That's why I saw that and I go, wow. Yes, it was.
So
a wild
for
moment.
a guy getting a haircut, $20, that's a deal.
Well, I'd
Yeah.
love to get a haircut for $20, and then I'd give you a tip.
Right? That's it.
See,
There it is.
all right, so I can come over there now,
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Anytime,
All right.
just with an
And
appointment.
she'll trim your eyebrows.
Yeah, my right one is kind of wild right now.
My wife says to me, she says, "What is going on with your eyebrows?" She
We should look at the hair in my ears then.
So, and then poor Debbie, I go to get my haircut, and then she says, "Okay, let me trim your eyebrows." Nope. Tiffany already beat me to it. She goes,
It was like snow falling.
oh my God, it's just so funny.
It's good, Frank.
Yeah.
You always look good.
Today I had a guy come in and I gave him a haircut and he said, "How about my eyebrows?" I said, "I already did them." And he said, "When?" And I said, "When I did this side of your hair, I went and when I did this side of your head, I did the other eyebrow." I said, "It's all done." And he went, "Wow." I didn't even realize it. He
Yeah.
said, "Where was I?" I said, "Sitting right here in the chair."
And he wasn't talking too much.
Oh, he was.
Oh, he was,
No,
of
that's-
course.
that's-
Well, you
that's
got to do that when you go there.
That's right. That's all part of the shtick.
That's like when you go to the dentist and they stick all that stuff in your mouth and go, "So, how you been?"
Oh, I know.
Right? Don't you hate that? They put all that stuff in your mouth and you go, "Rrr," and they know what you're saying, even though you
Yeah,
can't
that's
even
right,
enunciate
that's right.
one word.
It's like
Yeah.
it's
I don't know
like
how they
Father
can do it.
Christian said earlier. Was it Pig Latin?
Yeah.
Inkschnee on the Uxnee.
So here we go. We do it better. All right. It's a better introduction. There you go.
Every morning.
Don't have Deb talking over
No,
it this time.
that's right. There we go.
Oh, there it
So-
is. Yep. So he was a pretty big dude. He was 248 pounds.
But how tall was he? If he was 6'5" or 6'6",
Well, he-
that's not a
No, that's
heavy.
not
All right,
bad.
No.
Okay, so let's listen to it. He's going to give his
Are we going to get trouble?
because we only do a few seconds. This is 1961. I think it's past the copyright
You can
issues.
guess how much he weighs. And how
Every
tall he
morning
is.
at the mine, you could see him arrive. He stood 6'6" and weighed 245. Kind of
There it
broad.
is. 6'6".
I was saying he
That,
weighed
and
more.
he's tall and lean at 245.
Wow.
Yeah,
You-
That's
you'd
all
like
muscle.
That.
That's
Deb's
all
looking
muscle.
for-
That's
he
it.
Plays linebacker.
and then
for
Deb wants to make sure he's wearing blue jeans and doing cowboy stuff. And then Deb's
Yeah,
all in.
But I can remember Jimmy Dean was one of my dad's favorites. Phil Harris was one of my dad's favorites.
Ah,
Phil Harris was good. He was funny, wasn't he?
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No,
Mhm.
that's good. Phil Harris. That's funny.
Phil Silvers.
Phil
Phil
Silver.
Silvers. He was
another
okay.
funny Phil.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny
Haven't had my fill of Phils.
But this is music my mom and dad would play. My dad would play all that, and then he'd get us singing them,
Yeah.
and doing that.
being 245. No, that's cool. That's cool. Frank, how you ever found that? I don't know. You must have you found that years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, you've
Right.
been very honorable.
Let's
That's that song I try to play when I'm coming in. I'm singing it. Big Frank.
hey,
He's world famous.
whenever you dialed me up on the phone, that's my first words to you is Big John.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Exactly right.
I have some other people so always say, "Hey, JC," and I'm like, "Excuse me, Father Christian is calling me JC." Oh, that's Jon Campion. That's JC. That's Jesus Christ.
No,
Yeah.
so that's almost
I'm
sacrilegious. yeah.
JWC.
Yeah, there you go.
Throw the initial in there.
There
Go
it is.
ahead, Frank.
Yes.
You're itching to.
So today is
tell us.
March 29th.
Yes.
And then, as I like to do when time permits, we've got a couple minutes.
We do another boring
another-
segment.
Yes, a boring segment of
Now we
things in history.
Okay.
It was really popular in Kiwanis. See, if you joined the Kiwanis, you would. When I did.
That was 25 years ago.
I listen.
What used to
every-
have
all the guys would show up on Tuesdays. They couldn't wait till I did this day in history because it was always patriotic, was well themed, stuff. and a couple of jokes here. And I also had 2 Joke Tuesday, so I would throw that in after.
Did you tell the one about what happens when the fish hits the wall?
Which one is that?
When
When
he
it
hits the
flaps?
brick wall, he goes, "Damn."
Damn. Oof.
Yeah.
Damn.
I
Okay.
almost told it wrong.
Yes.
That's not like me.
No.
Never tell a joke wrong. I always just tell it totally wrong.
So the quote from today is, "Do less so they'll have enough." And so this started on March 29th, 1943. The U.S. government began requiring Americans to ration fat, meat, and cheese as part of the massive national program to help with World War II, and was just a part of a long series of sacrifices that were made on the home front. My folks told me they had even tires were difficult to come by.
If you lived in Wisconsin, cheese was, if it was hard to come by, then those people were probably switching to oleo.
It was, you had to have gas rationing tickets. You had to have a ticket for gas, and there was just all kinds of things that were difficult to come by, and they gladly did without, knowing that the boys overseas needed it more than they did.
Well,
So
yeah.
We had gas rationing in the 70s.
mhm.
You had
did.
even in odd days that
Right.
you could go to the gas.
That's
and
right.
Get gas.
Just get in
Mhm.
line.
Yeah.
It's interesting where you quote that date, because we've been watching some of the movies on some of the shows, like Masters of the Air, which is on Apple TV, with all the B-17s, and the one that we just started watching. Got through one episode of it. Dee Dee was busy working on her little puzzle, and
Okay.
I'm watching the thing, and all she could hear was Pacific. The Pacific. And they got a scene in there where a guy says, "Hey man, I need something besides what we're eating." He goes, "Sorry, I got no cheese." They're rationing everything. You got to
Yeah.
make sacrifices. So
Wow.
keep eating your rice.
Oh, geez.
The menu said rice without chicken, rice without shrimp, rice without beef, and rice without. Those are your 4 choices.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
And probably no vegetables.
no.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no. No, you could, munch on them.
Spam was a hot item
Oh.
back then.
Oh,
I
they-
love spam.
Yeah.
I
Still
grew
is
up with
that-
fried
yeah,
spam sandwiches,
think it
fried
was-
spam and eggs.
It was invented in Pennsylvania, I think.
I think so.
It could have been,
Yeah, it was.
but spam is
Special
my
Pennsylvania.
whole family eats spam yet.
Wow. Well, on this date in 1790, John Tyler was the 10th U.S. president, was born in Charles City County, Virginia.
Yep, Charles City County
Mhm,
is right
mhm.
outside. That's right outside of Williamsburg, just to let you know.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So no global warming on this date in 1848. An ice jam at the source of the Niagara River caused the Niagara Falls to stop flowing for the first time in recorded history.
Wow.
Wow.
You didn't even
1848.
know that,
No.
did you?
No, I didn't.
No.
Buffalo, Deb.
Buffalo. No, I'm not from Buffalo.
No buffaloes there.
Chink,
Shuffle
ching.
off to Buffalo.
That's right. And on 1927, on this date, Major Henry O'Neill de Saint-Sagrave became the first man to drive faster than 200 miles per hour on a course at Daytona Beach, Florida.
Wow.
1927.
Straight down the beach.
Did he have a Cobra?
No, it was on a course.
It was on a course in Daytona. I
No,
wonder
but what car was he driving? Was it a Cobra?
It was probably John's car.
Yeah, 66. Yeah, my 1866
Yeah.
Chevy.
Wow, this took place in 1927. So yeah, but whatever it was souped up.
When did Daytona Speedway become a
Well,
thing?
probably this is probably so
It,
they had
it
all
probably
the
it started on the
gearheads.
beach.
so the gearheads were that's it. That's a gorgeous beach for driving, right?
I don't know that
200.
you're allowed to do that anymore.
Yes, you still can, but it's very limited. Very limited. Yeah.
There's select beaches going up the East Coast that are like that.
Mm-hmm.
Outer Banks,
Mhm.
North
Mhm.
Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, driving on the beach is cool.
It is cool, and it's nice. You just you can't. It's the best. It's the perfect place to do a tailgate parties, right?
It is.
Yes.
As long as you're not in the way of the people who are hauling
Well,
butt coming down.
That's right.
We used to go there.
No. Everything is your car. What rolls at about 4 or 5 miles an hour.
Oh, sure.
That's about it.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it. That's all you're allowed, 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Because there's people out
So
there
it's just-
enforcing it.
Yes,
No,
there is.
they're not.
They are today.
Maybe they are today.
Yeah, not back then.
They even have a sign on the Palm City Bridge right now reminding people that it's 35 miles an hour. And I
Yeah.
swear it actually slows them down to 45.
45. Yes.
That's
But at
good.
Daytona Beach,
That's good.
they're monitoring
Okay,
that.
good.
Yes. And on 1951, on this date, Julius and Ethel Rosenberg, does that name sound familiar to you? They were convicted of spying for the Soviet Union on this date in 1951. So not a good result for them. And the last U.S. troops departed South Vietnam on this date, ending America's direct military
This is
involvement
the
in the Vietnam War.
Vet Day.
That's when Charlie will call in again.
So, yeah.
Right, Charlie?
So a lot of debt of gratitude for our Vietnam veterans.
Mm.
And in 1974, lastly on this date, Mariner 10 became the very first space probe to visit the planet Mercury and send back close-up images.
What was the name of it?
Mariner 10.
Mariner 10. That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
1974.
Wow.
So, anyways, that was this day in history.
And that was only 50 years ago.
Yeah.
It's amazing what's happened. I mean, here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Beam us aboard, Scotty.
There you go. So a little Kalamazoo music left over from last week when KC was in the house, right?
We're going to have a great swing band Sunday down on the Riverwalk.
Is that right?
All
Yeah,
right.
the Mighty Flea Circus.
We're going to talk about
Yep.
that on our return visit. So stick with us. We have much more to cover. So stay tuned. All right. The conversations we have here off air are just as much fun as the ones
A
we
little
have on.
spicier, aren't they? Huh?
All right.
Especially when Deb's
We
talking.
put the cayenne on the pepper.
There we go.
There you go. Well said. Well said.
All right. So what's going on this weekend, Deb?
Church.
Okay, good.
It's all about Easter.
It's
You
all
can
about
go to any beach Easter morning, and someone's going to have a sunrise service. I know Trinity
6:45.
meant 6:45 at Jensen Beach, Turtle Beach, Trinity Methodist Church. It's been like 40 some years they've had that, and I've gone to almost every one of
I
them.
think St. Mary's is at Stewart Beach.
It could be, or they could do. Sometimes they do theirs in the courtyard too,
They do.
and
They might. I have to go online there and look. I didn't. Sorry,
but-
Christian.
but-
You're not listening, are you?
but all the beaches have all the different denominations of churches along.
Denominations.
What did I say?
I don't know.
Damnation.
No, I didn't.
I know you
Denomination.
We're going to denominate that.
We got it. She's got it.
But there'll be one at each church.
Sorry.
And if you find a beach that's empty, then make your own.
That's it.
There you go.
And going to the beach and looking at sunrise, you wouldn't believe how many people go to the beach every day
Yes.
to see the sunrise.
It's just
because I'm there.
we have dedicated tomorrow morning. My wife and I, we're going to do the beach thing.
You going to
Yes.
Blind Creek?
No. We're probably Stewart Beach, and then I'll take her to breakfast immediately afterwards. Right?
What at the Sand Dune
Yes.
Cafe?
Yeah. That's wonderful. Stewart Beach is a good place for that.
Oh, right there.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. We walk the beach, and then we have something.
Is
to
that
eat.
thing crowded like it is during the day for breakfast?
It is. You have to
is.
wait in line. Yeah, get there early. And I mean, we've gotten there early enough to where they're still, unpacking the chairs. That's
That's when
best
I
time.
go. That's
Yeah.
what they're doing
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the best time.
at
crazy.
Jensen.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jensen does the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wednesday through Sunday at
Mhm.
Jensen Beach is the cafe is open.
So that's where we can find Deb usually. during
That's
the
right.
week.
Well, she's
No, I don't go to the cafe. I go take pictures of the beach and
Nice.
go reflect
Yes.
and there's I've been watching this older. I shouldn't say older. I don't know how old she is. Might be my age. I don't know. But she has some scoliosis with
No.
her, and I usually see her walking the Jensen Causeway. And when I don't see her, I worry about her.
Mm.
So this morning she was up on the little deck, and I walked up and I went, "How are you?" And she looked at me and went, "I'm fine." And we had a nice little conversation. And I
Oh,
told her how I looked for her, and her face got all lit
Oh,
up
sure.
because
Way to go.
yeah,
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
We all want to be.
she's from Indiana.
We all want to be recognized
A
in
Hoosier.
some way, right?
Yeah, that's right. You're right, Frank.
Mhm.
I mean,
It's nice to say
just
something nice.
Acknowledgments. It's that way we're not invisible, right?
Yeah, Lent is all about being positive to someone else. To me, it's not giving
Mhm.
up. It's making someone else happy.
Right. And
well,
Debbie
you
does
did it
that.
today.
She does that
as
in
you always
spades.
do.
Yes.
Yeah, you just do it wherever you go. You
Right.
just, got the little
She's got the fairy dust.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
see?
right.
John and I reach for the same word
Yep.
at the same
Well,
time.
thank you.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's well done.
You bet.
Yeah.
No, it is well done.
It makes your heart happy. And,
Well-
and a lot of people aren't giving, but they don't realize what they give, they get back tenfold.
Well, yeah. And why are people, why are people so, I think
Negative.
Christian said it, you got to get out and get this out of you and get the other
You
stuff
have to-
into you.
Well, dust off your Bible at home. Not enough of us spend enough time reading the Bible at home. And, and just whether it's Revelations or, it's just, there's so many neat and so much of the Bible, so much of history is rooted in the Bible. So when you read these things, really history becomes alive,
It is a
Wow.
history book.
It
It is
Oh,
a history book, but if you believe,
when
then
we were kids growing up, so many of the naysayers said, "Oh, it's just this nice stories written by a bunch of people and had been interpreted a couple, 2, 3 different times, and so it's probably nice theme stories, but who knows what the original story was?" The amazing thing through history now today, with all our science technology, where we can read the Dead Sea Scrolls, that we could read so many things that were written that predated the Bible, support the things that are said in the Bible. So for me, it's a true affirmation.
that's good.
It was well said, Frank.
Well, thank you.
Sure, man.
Occasionally, I actually.
No, well, you're a good person. Your mother would be very proud of you.
Ah,
Yeah. And so would your aunt,
yes,
because
yeah.
we're all proud of you.
Ah,
We are, right?
Yes.
Here's another $5 for you, Deb.
yes.
Let's pad that pocket.
Oh my God, how sweet! Yeah, so Debbie graced us with little chocolate wabbits.
Willy,
Yes.
silly,
Yes.
Yep.
totally good.
So yes.
I usually I bite the ears off first.
Don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think all kids do that, right?
Yep. Either the butt or the ears.
The
Yeah.
butt or the ears.
Yeah, I think the kids go for the ears.
Yeah, years of ears. That's it. That's it.
My mother-in-law from my first marriage, she loved Peeps. That was her thing.
Mm.
So we would
Those
always
are
make
marshmallow, right?
Yes, we'd just get her a whole
Thing of
bucket
peeps.
of Peeps, and that made her happy.
Quiet, eat your
One
peeps.
year at Easter, I took and you know how you make the candied yams.
Yeah.
And I had so many Peeps. I instead of marshmallows, I put all the peeps on the top,
Nice.
and they came out like one was singing and one was the mouth was open.
Do they
and
change
started,
colors?
No, they just started melting and
Oh.
having
I'm
personalities.
melting. I'm
And,
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
really
Help
cool.
me, it was the green ones that were yelling that.
So
Frank.
Is that the green ones?
Yeah, it was the
Oh,
green one.
oh yeah, it's like the witch,
Like
Wicked
the Wicked Witch.
Yes, of the north. Was she from the north or was?
Yeah, she was from the north.
Yes.
She was.
And then, what was the name of the witch from the south? The good witch,
Glenda.
Glenda. Thank you. Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah,
Is she the one who got her? She's not the one who got her legs.
She's-
No,
she
that
sang
was
in
the- that
vibrato.
was
one
the
from
north.
west.
yeah.
The Wicked Witch of the
West.
okay.
Yeah, where her legs struck up. and went
Yes,
under the-
witch. Okay, yeah.
Well, you know that
yeah.
that one just won't do you justice if you have a all black and white TV.
Right.
Yeah, no, that was
Now she did the Maxwell House commercials back in the 60s and 70s. All those years later, she did those coffee commercials. The Wicked Witch,
I'll get you, my pretty.
right?
Yeah.
It was kind of neat to
And
see
now
her.
she does Toto bidet commercials.
Does she?
Yeah. I'll get you, my pretty. I'll get
We-
you, my my little.
Well, you know, the
Toto.
funny thing is that with AI, they probably can put something together like that.
They
now.
could.
Yeah,
They could.
They do.
they do. Not only
do.
could they already done it, huh?
Yeah.
Been there,
Yikes.
done it. They
Wow.
got the T-shirt. Wow.
That's too funny.
Well, so next time we're on the air, it'll
Mhm.
be March, April.
April. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
we're
One of
actually
those.
we're actually sunsetting March even as we speak. Yes, getting ready for April.
It'll
and
be April 5th.
April Fool's Day
Is Monday.
coming up. So my original my first wedding was on April 4th
Okay.
for my first wife, 4/4. So that way, and it was good because I couldn't forget it. But I really wanted April 1. That way I can kind of yuck it up and say, yeah, I was just kidding.
Well, my wife has 4 sisters, and one's birthday is April 1st.
Yeah.
Another one's is December 31st. So
Wow.
Nice.
that's crazy.
Mhm.
Yep.
Can't remember which one of you guys was the first.
Are we off the air already?
Yeah, well, we are. We're on the waning moments. So we thank you for
Okay.
listening. Make sure you
Next
go
time
out
I'll do my Phil Silvers. I didn't have time to do that.
Oh.
I'll sing it after
Okay.
after the show.
I thought
Okay.
you were gonna do an imitation of it.
Yeah. I'm a fellow of a heart of gold, the ways of gentlemen I've been told, the kind of guy that wouldn't even harm a flea. But being a certain gentleman meant the kind that invented the cigarette, I'd murder that son of a gun in the first degree. Smoke, smoke, smoke those cigarettes. Puff, puff, puff until you choke yourself to death. I'll take St. Peter and St. Paul, and that's all.
All right.
That's
Okay.
pretty good, Deb. Dang, I
Very
think
good.
that's a good warm
The
up.
last part didn't gel in because I couldn't remember the words, but that my dad would sing that all the time.
Well, you got a week to remember it.
All right. We'll be back again for more of this fun and
Have a great
frivolity
Easter
next week.
weekend.
Thanks,
All right.
Frank.
Take care. Bye bye.
Thanks, Deb.